Yo, what up, Troopers? Kenji back for some more drafting, I guess, on Arena. Before we do, though, today was the day of the Arena Open. You'll be watching this at a later date, but today was the day of the Arena Open. I was unfortunately not home at the time to record anything, but I was able to play while out, and yeah, was able to manage a 7-2 with the following deck. Basically, mono red splashing for 2 Oni Cult Anvils. For $2,000, so pretty sweet deal. It took me 3 tries in the sealed portion, the day 1 portion of the Arena Open, and then yeah, drafted a pretty sick, effectively mono red deck, picking up 2 Oni Cult Anvil, basically in the tail end of pack 3, and just yeah, deck was pretty smooth. I think it only had 1 rare, which was the Atsushi, the Blazing Sky, the 4/4 flyer. But yeah, it was super synergistic, lots of fun, and yeah, I was able to pull off a 7-2. So good showing. I'm sad I wasn't able to record the matches or stream it live like I usually do, but again, I was out of town, so I had to do it on my own. But just wanted a quick update for that. Oh, you can even see the thing on Arena. 2,000 USD, baby. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump in a draft queue as we tend to do. Hopefully anybody that played it had a good time. And don't feel bad, you know, if you did play and didn't do well. That's what's going to happen the majority of the time. So, don't you know, you shouldn't expect to cash or whatever in those events. I just like the fact that we have access to these high level, or at least these high potential value events on Arena. Hopefully we get some more of them in the future. The Arena Opens don't really occur all that frequently. I think maybe once every month or 2 at the tops. But obviously the limited ones are the ones we want. Anyway, pick one, pack one. We opened a Satsuki, the Living Lore. Not a terrible card. Not a card I'm going to first pick here. I think there's only 1 real choice in this pack, and that's going to be the Twin Shot Sniper. Card is just way too good, too versatile. Does everything you want it to and more. Effectively always a 2-for-1 in some capacity. Speaking of anvils, passing one of those here. Completion's good, season's good, Black Shrine's fine. Yeah, but this appears to just be a very easy Twin Shot Sniper. Maybe sending some unfortunate signals, but that's what happens sometimes. So, if you do want to see... Oh, I guess I already showed off the deck. I was going to say, if you want to see my Arena deck, yeah, I showed it at the beginning of the video. Anyway, my sealed pools, I don't remember what the first 2 were. The one that I qualified with, I also posted on my Twitter page. My sealed day 1 pool was, I believe, green-blue ninjas, and then I was like splashing a Gloom Shrieker or something. Into pack 2 we go. So the rare / mythic is missing, but yeah, plenty. All of these uncommons are very playable. Intervention is solid enough. Disruptor, Song Shaper's fine. Fang of Shigeki's great. Gonna be taking one of these multicolor cards here, be it the Gloom Shrieker or the Silver Fur Master. I mean, if I took the Silver Fur Master and Ninjas was open, sure, that would be a great deck. The decks that I have with Gloom Shrieker in them tend to be more fun, more value, and generally 3+ colors. So, I'm gonna take that one here and see if we can do something nasty with that. Very good pack here. Spirited Companion, great. Imperial Oath, great. Containment Construct, great. Naomi's okay. I'm not super big on this card, but it does do a lot of work, especially if you pick it up early enough and, you know, draft enough artifacts and enchantments. Oftentimes you're going one way or the other, right? In this format, you have a lot of enchantments for like the enchantment-based deck, or a lot of artifacts for the artifact-based decks. But this one obviously wants you to have both. Modern Age is fantastic. Thornwood Falls, great. Season of Renewal, once again, good. I think the highest upside play is probably the Construct. Obviously, you want to pair it with something like the Modern Age, stuff like that. I mean, I would generally like to take like Companion or Imperial Oath here, though, and that's what I think I'm gonna do. Construct's good. It's in, you know, it's an artifact, so you can put it into any deck, but it requires more work, I think, than just taking a card that's good on its own. As we get a 4th pick Generous Visitor, which is a huge signal. 3 uncommons still in this pack, so the rare Mythic's gone, one of the uncommons is gone, and then, I mean, all 3 of these are great. Any of the 1-mana Sagas are great, so good sign here that we're getting this 4th pick, and definitely the card that I'm going to choose, especially since we already have how many? Two enchantments right now? This is an artifact, so. 5th pick, we have the choices between Haven, Samurai. Virus Beetle is a very good card. I just don't tend to play it in my multicolor value decks. I think we're just going to play it safe and take the Haven here. The other choice being the Samurai, but I think I like Haven a little bit more given what we already have. Not a choice here at all. This is just an easy slam dunk of the Terrarium. A little bit of fixing, a little bit of interaction with, you know, artifact synergies, some modify synergies. Decent pickup there. This pack's not so good for us. I'm happy to take the Golden Tail Disciple. I think this card is actually a pretty big role player in a lot of decks. It's just kind of annoying to deal with. 2/3 lifelink, also an enchantment creature, so it has a lot of things going for it, and it just kind of stops a lot of the early aggression. So we pick up a Thornwood Falls here, pick 8, and that's great. Don't mind me. I mean, again, it's... And I'm going to keep saying this over and over and over as long as we're drafting this format. Lands are super high pickups. Because you're going to end up with infinite playables and you can delve into so many different colors. It's never bad to take a land, quote-unquote, early. All right, great wheel pack here. We're going to lead on the Shrine just because there's super high upside since this is still just pack 1. Otherwise, we would take the Season of Renewal here. But a reason why we're not going to take the Season is because there was another in the pack, I believe, immediately following this one or the one after. So there's still a chance that we get another Season of Renewal passed to us. And darn it, I think it was this one, but it could be the next pack. Either way, I don't think you need to take the Seasons that high. People have started to come around to it, but it still goes around pretty late. We'll just take the Favor of Jukai here, another enchantment that you can get some random value with. Yeah, this looks like a classic Kenji deck here. Green, white, black enchantments with potential splashes. Looks like a pretty good one to me so far. What, 4 enchantments? Yeah, 4 enchantments for our Generous Visitor. I mean, the nice thing about Generous Visitor is you don't necessarily need to have it early for it to be good. You would ideally have it early, but still does work otherwise. Wow, we wheeled the Modern Age out of this pack. That card's really, really freaking good, but I imagine whoever took the Construct's going to take that. I think for us, though, we just have to take the Shrine Steward here. We already have the Black Shrine, and if we see any, like, Tamiyo's Completions, Twisted Embraces, well, that thing's just going to get up and up in value. Lucky Offering's okay. I prefer to have Fade into Antiquities over it, but if I don't have any Fades, Lucky Offering is fine in a pinch. And even if I do have a Fade to Antiquity, I'll still run the Lucky Offering. It's actually super efficient in when it does. Like, if you ever kill a 1-drop, a 2-drop, a 3-drop creature with Lucky Offering, you just feel so far ahead. Not only because of the mana efficiency, the life gain, you know, that type of thing. So, as we've all come to learn by now, this looks like it might be messy, but this is actually just a good start to pack number 1. Yeah, we'll see what we open. Invoke Despair. That card's pretty good. There are only 2 invokes that I think I like getting a little bit greedy with, and the black invoke is one of them. Well, actually, that's not true. The blue, the black, and the green are all invokes that I get greedy with. I guess it's only really the white invoke and the unplayable red invoke, but yeah, this one's just way too good. Yeah, not much to say about it. Oftentimes you're making them sack a creature and you get to draw 2 cards or whatever, lose 4 life, or sack a creature, sack an enchantment, draw a card, you know, and they lose 2 life. Just too much value here. Plenty of good other cards, but this is the one I'll be taking. As we get... ooh, actually, this is a really good pack. Dang. Hoverbike is good. Imperial Oath is good. We're not going to look at the Okibo Reckoner raid in this particular deck. Then we have Scoured Barrens, Kami, and the Fang of Shigeki, so... I mean, the land is now the safe choice, especially having taken the Invoke, but I want to make sure I get at least 1 Imperial Oath. I'm not following my rules, though, of just always taking the land like I'm going to do here. We'll just happy take the Jungle Hollow for some more fixing. If Jungle Hollow wasn't here, I would take the Fall of Lord Konda. This poor sad Thornwood Falls doesn't have a hit yet, but we do already have the Shrine Steward and the Black Shrine, so I expect to get like one completion at some point during the draft. Tamiyo's completion, that is to say, so that'll give us a secondary target for this, plus a reason to use the Falls in our sideboard. I'm guessing I probably made a pretty big mistake taking the Imperial Oath over the Scoured Barrens. With the Invoke Despair, it was probably correct to take any black duel. Yeah, like the Bloodfell Caves here over anything else. So we'll take the Caves. We're losing out on a Preserver. That's about it. A lot of Modern Ages going around, but looks like blue just might be a super minor splash if we end up getting something else worthwhile. But yeah, let's take the Bloodfell Caves there. So maybe like a black, white, green baseline of some variety, as we do now get a Tamiyo's completion. We'll take that over the Undercity Scrounger, because I want to make sure I have at least 2 hits for the Shrine. And completion, obviously, just solid removal. Getting rid of all those nasty abilities of so many cards in the format. Yeah, base white, black, and maybe green, depending on. Green is usually the baseline you want to end up going if you're this many colors, just because you get access to things like the Tanuki and whatnot. But no big deal here. As long as I pick up the correct lands, yeah, I regret taking the Imperial Oath. Like, the Oath is going to make the deck 100%, but Scoured Barrens was the safer choice. What good is having good cards if you can't cast those good cards, you know? What was my first pick again? The, Twin Shot Sniper? Not a good pack here for us. What's our artifact count? Maybe we have the Kami that we can take. 3 artifacts, 5 enchantments. Yeah, I mean, the Kami of Terrible Secrets might not be bad. Don't think we want the automated here. Roaring Earth is not really what this style of deck wants. I'm okay with this. 4 mana, 3/4. It could be worse, and then if it's drawing you a card and gaining you a life, well, then it's done more than its job. So we pick up a Swiftwater Cliffs. Yeah, that land I don't think I take. Any white or black land looks high priority, but a Swiftwater Cliffs doesn't look so good here. So only 2 real choices. We have the Season of Renewal and the second Imperial Oath. I'm going to go ahead and take the Season at this point, since we don't have one already, and I want to make sure I get at least one. But I would run a second Oath if we find it. Okay, another Tamiyo's completion or a Grafted Growth here. Let's go for the Grafted for some fixing. Again, if you can't cast your spells, then it's going to be pretty hard to win some games. And the Grafted Growth is really nice for any Invoke, or just any splash in general, as we wield more Tamiyo's completions. So we had, what, the opportunity to get 3 in this pack? Maybe 4 even. Lethal Exploit is okay in early interaction. This is not the style of deck that wants like the Octopus, the Infiltrator. I don't think we want Born to Drive, so that's fine though, not exciting. Same thing here. None of these cards are that good. We'll just cut off the green signal, I suppose. Yep, and that's fine. I don't expect to get too many more cards out of this pack. Pack 3 is going to have to be a little bit... above average, I'd say, but I think we're in a fine position. Wow, so many modern ages. That's so crazy. Ooh, a Jin Gataxius. This is the first draft I've had Jin Gataxius. If you missed it, I opened the Progress Tyrant here, the Praetor, in one of my sealed pools leading up to the open. I think it was a couple days ago now. And yeah, the card is just good. The double blue is maybe a little bit awkward. Oh, I do want to point out that the Grafted Growth I picked up, though, is a hit with the Shrine Steward. So at this point, we have 1, 2, 3... Wait. Yeah, 4 hits for the Shrine Steward. So we'd even probably play a second one. But yeah, let's go ahead and get a little bit greedy and take this Jin Gataxius. I'm not sure why this has the... Oh my gosh, that's so good. As I was saying, I don't know why this has the... I guess it's the Phyrexian font or whatever. Yeah, Farewell is a huge bomb in this format. Normally, Wrath effects like these, I mean, I call it a Wrath, but normally effects like these are just solid okay cards, or solid okay, whatever, but playable cards in Limited. But this one is so good because, well, if you're behind, you can just nuke everything. But this one has the capability of becoming like a Plague Wind at times. Like, we've had games where I cast Farewell, and I exile like 4 enchantments on my opponent's side of things, and I lose no creatures or, you know, nothing. So, Farewell is one of the best. Teachings of the Kirin is apparently a really good card. At least that's what people tell me, and it has like a high win rate on 17 lands tracker. But man, I still just don't like this card. I don't think it's the choice here anyways. I think I have to take the Uncharted Haven. Otherwise we have... Well, actually, you know, I could take the Jukai Naturalist too. But given the cards that we just picked up, the Farewell and the Jin Gataxius, I think we want to take the land here. Hoping to wheel the Scrounger or the Era. But land is the safer pick faux show. Awful pack here now for me. I have a Commune with Spirits. Not really a Metallic Rebuke deck. I mean, Commune finds any of our enchantments, and more importantly, our lands. Any land, so that's probably good enough. There's another Naomi. Oh, there's a Fade into Antiquity, too. Artifact count for Naomi is still just hanging at 3, so probably just going to take the Fade here. Yeah, smarter man would probably take Rugged Highlands. And if it added, like, blue, green, maybe I'd take it at this point, but Fade looks great. Tranquil Cove, that is actually a really good hit. Hell yeah. This is pick number 6, so we have a few more chances at getting some fixers, and even maybe some on the wheel. Okay, another Shrine Steward versus Seasons of Renewal. Let's go ahead and take that second Shrine now. 3 auras. Well, so remember, this shrine we wheeled out of pack 1, but we didn't find any other shrines. So my guess is that I'm probably just supposed to cut it. You know, I'll take the Steward number 2. Oh, Skyscraper's decent, but Geothermal Kami is really good. We have the Gloom Shrieker, one of our best hits, and then Spirited Companion. You can also rebuy Grafted Growth. Oh, you know what? I didn't pick up any snakes. Fang of Shigekis would have been really, really good too. Certainly not going to play a third Shrine Steward. I don't think we're going to be running any of those cards there. Okay. Wheel the Cuff and the Rugged Highlands. I think the Cuff might actually be a little bit better because the red is such a minor splash. We already have so many fixing for it. And the Cuff's another artifact to trigger our Kami. Seems good. Yeah, 5 artifacts, 6 enchantments. Hey, we wield the Oath out of all things. And the Scrounger, okay. Well, I think the easy cut here is now just our Generous Visitor. I mean, looking back at our deck, we only have 6 enchantments, so even though Generous Visitor is one of my favorite archetype cards in this format, just didn't end up getting there. So what are we? Green. Wow, okay, well, we got one of the Rugged Islands anyways. We're green / white black splashing blue red. Easy. Do wish I had gotten a second Grafted Growth. And I'm a little bit skeptical on the Shrine Stewards, but the double Shrine Steward. But I guess the important thing about the Shrine Stewards is that I always want to draw Grafted Growth with this deck, so by putting in a second Shrine Steward, I guess we can maximize that. And if we've already drawn the Grafted Growth, then that's probably a good thing anyways, right? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's just add some basics here. Yeah, plenty of creatures, plenty of win cons. Don't need to worry about that. So let's see. How many blue sources do we need? Probably just 1 island should be sufficient, even though we have the Jin-Gitaxias. Gonna need some number of swamps here. Red, I don't think I need a single mountain. We have 2 red duels, the 2 havens, and then the Grafted Growth. So I don't think we need a mountain. And then we want some random forests, of course, as well. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's actually 8 green sources with only 3 forests. That's probably too many. We probably want to... Oh, let's see, how many white sources? 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't need that many plains, even though some of our white's early. So shave a plains, shave maybe a forest, and go up 2 swamps for the Invoke Despair. I could see that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not saying my mana is great. It's not. But it's not bad. Like, look how many duels we have. 5 dual lands plus the 2 havens. We have the Terrarium and the Grafted Growth, so... It might look a little messy, but it doesn't... It's not as bad as you would think. Especially since we don't have that many multiple pip cards. That is to say, like, yeah, we have some double blue, double white, and a quad black, but all of the cheap cards are all single. So that's the important thing here. I almost want to get this Modern Age in the deck just as a way to kind of rummage, or I guess loot. Maybe it's better than the Disciple in this deck. I kind of see that. No, the lifelink's good. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, let's try it out. It's fun. Why not? What are we? Rank 25 going into this, so... Feels good, man. Glad all of the practice in this format paid off with the cash of the Arena Open. Again, sorry I couldn't record it. That's usually good content to record, but... I should be practicing, and in fact, what I might be doing for... I guess this is going to release on Monday. But I need to be practicing for the upcoming championships. Deck lists are due actually 1 week from when I'm recording this. So we take a look at our opening hand here. Yeah, we're going to keep this hand. 1 cheap, a removal spell, and then we have Farewell for the long game, for the late game. Okay. Well, that is quite the sample hand, I will tell you that. Virus Beetle. I think we can pretty easily just discard the Kami. The Kami's not that good in this particular deck. It's got some fine targets, but it doesn't have a lot of the value targets you'd be looking for. Grixis. I'm not going to kill that. If they have a ninjutsu, that sucks. Yes, they do. They're putting out their specialist. Okay. That's fine by me. This is a position where lands would be pretty good. I'm just going to discard the Jin-Gataxias to the second Virus Beetle. Oh, okay, that's a little bit of a surprise. Land? Okay. Alright, well, I might just have to lethal exploit the specialist then, just to buy a little bit of time. I don't have that many plains or swamps in the deck. Somehow we haven't seen a single one of our fixings. Oh, this will be a funny discard. See you later. Alright, we'll go ahead and kill the 2/2 here. Make sure you do this before the declare blockers phase. In case they randomly have another ninjutsu, of course. Alright. Oh, he only has 2 cards in there. Let's draw a forest here. Or I would even accept a tap green source. Actually, terrarium. Maybe that's what we want to draw more than anything. Huh. I have, what, 3 planes in the deck, I think. Let me double check. What's my overall planes count now? Yeah, that was every single planes in my deck. Interesting. Well, I'm not dead on board. Well, there's green. If they can find 3 damage, I'm dead. 2 artifacts kill me because of the Steel Breaker. Alright, well, let's cast Commune. There goes a bunch of action. Let's see, all creatures. We don't want to exile our graveyard, sadly. And if they have like a crab here, we die, or any counter. Looks like they might have been sandbagging stuff, though. Oh, they weren't. They just didn't have it. So you know what it is? That's a funny draw. They have probably nothing but removal in their hand. I'm gonna bottom the falls here. We're gonna keep the jungle hollow because it gives us our 4th black source. We know both of our shrine stewards are near the bottom of our deck, though. Wow, what is going on? I'm not planning on casting the Invoke Despair yet. Oh, I guess I couldn't cast it this turn anyways. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't have an enchantment yet in my graveyard. Ooh! Well, now I do. Alright, so now what we're going to do is... Season of Renewal back our dog. Actually... We could get Jenga tax. No, it's just so much better to get back our dog and our Kami. Because then we can play the dog, draw a card. Next turn we can play the Kami. Bounce the dog. It's fine. That's a nice draw too. Put this on the white source. And yeah, we're looking pretty Gucci. Back for 4. Play out the Kami. Bounce the dog, gain 3. Play the dog, draw a card. Alright, that's what I'm talking about, baby. It's like the opponent just flooded out really bad, too. Yeah, good beats. It happens. Yeah, they drew 11 lands. Plus, it appears maybe they have 1 or 2 more in their hand as well, so... I mean... What are you gonna do? That's magic, baby. It's just magic, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, but yeah, like I was saying, before the match, the Kamigawa Championships are going to be coming up, which I think they're effectively the Pro Tour, or what used to be the Pro Tour. In any case, I believe it's Historic and Alchemy as the formats to play for it. Sadly, there hasn't been limited at one of these events in a long time, even though we do get some of these arena opens and whatnot. The limited portion of these PT-esque events non-existent. But anyways, Alchemy Historic, I believe, is the case. Alchemy just got some huge updates. Some things got... I don't think anything got, like, outright banned. Of course, they can just nerf the cards, so to speak. Like, Fires of Invention, I got unbanned, I think. But yeah, so what I might be doing is maybe uploading some number of random constructed games the following week here. Just as a way to practice and maybe showcase what I might be playing. Anyway. We'll get there when we get there. For now, we're just waiting for a match. Having a good time, chilling. Okay, holy crap, here we finally are back. Jeez, it took actual like 5-10 minutes for that to queue. So I'll just cut that out in the editor. We're on the play here. I'm gonna keep this hand. It's, yeah. It's a hand of Magic the Gathering cards. Hopefully we can find some lands. Perfect. That's actually why I led off with Jungle Hollow, in case we drew Commune with Spirits here. Let's go ahead and grab the Haven. Play the Caves. I might have to just cycle the Sniper, or whatever, channel the Sniper next turn to kill the Generous Visitor before it gets too big. So it looks like here we're probably going to want to name black with the Haven, as awkward as that is. I guess we can just pass since they didn't do anything, though. Oh, man. We can draw an untapped land next turn for Sniper. It is just so freaking good. But I don't think I can afford to get greedy now. I think if they're going to target the trainee, I'm just going to channel it off and kill it. No land, but we can just pop off the visitor. And I want to do that on my turn because it's a cast trigger. Now we're just crossing our fingers. Land, land. All we want to do, draw land. Beautiful. Doesn't matter what color, as long as it's a land, we'll be happy. So yeah, we're one black source away from this invoke. Would not be surprised if they spend a lot of their time just... oh, darn it. Yep, that looks like a Jin Gataxius discard to me. You know, the nice thing about the Gataxius in this deck is that it's an easy discard that we can get back later. Since we have both the Shrieker... oh my gosh, we drew an island. The Gloom Shrieker and the... what do you call it? Season of Renewal in the deck. So let's go grab the Growth. And that's going to unlock all of the spells in our deck. In fact, if I draw an untapped land next turn, I can play Grafted Growth into Kami and draw on a card. Gloom Shrieker themselves. I'm assuming they're getting back their Visitor and not their... yeah, not their trainee. 2 cards left in their hand. Another Archer. Alright, so we're going to take 2 from the Beetle. We need to kill that Guide Bot. That's the biggest issue right now. And lo and behold, that is a way to kill the Guide Bot. Alright, let's go ahead and put the Growth on the island. And then fade the Guide Bot. So they only have one good attacker right now, and that's the Gloom Shrieker. Because it has Menace. Fair enough. And that's the last card in their hand, so Imperial Oath here is going to be pretty good stabilize. Alright. Yeah, their graveyard doesn't matter. Well. Oh, shoot! I chose enchantments like an idiot. All I needed to do was choose creatures. Now oh my gosh, I just wrecked myself by choosing enchantments. I exiled my own Grafted Growth. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I'm gonna lose now. I can't cast either of these spells because I got rid of my own enchantment. Okay, I lied. Sack both your creatures, I'll draw a card. Well, we should be absolutely dominating them is the point. Grafted Growth should have allowed me to cast like Imperial. But I guess we're still doing okay here. There's a white source. I got a little bit too eager beaver. That's why I held one of my lands. I like how I have 8 lands on the battlefield and all of them are different. Alright, let's top the other Tamios. Silly game. This should have been over a couple turns ago, though. Remember, I could have cast the Oath a long time ago. Right. Going for lethal. I'll take it. It wasn't pretty, but it worked. That's why you don't willy-nilly just choose random modes that you don't need to. Pretty darn funny. But 2-0. Go next. Alright, here we are for the next game. Again, apologies for any random cutting in and out. These matches are taking forever to pair, so I'm actually having to throw this in the video editor and then snipe out the dead air. We're not going to play the Haven on green just quite yet, because I think I'd rather just go search up a forest here instead. And this gives us more time to decide what we want to do with this Haven. Because right now, well, we need a second blue source, we need a second white source, but we do have Steward in our hand, which can go grab the growth, so we'll see. Alright, blue-red artifacts from the opponents. Here's another white source. Alright, let's go ahead and commune and look for something. Bloodfell Caves gives me a black and red. So I guess the name of the game is just to survive until we can cast Farewell. Ooh, that's not great. I'm gonna need to draw like Grafted Growth next turn then, just off the top. Well, I mean, I guess they don't have that much pressure. Even if they equip the blades over to the Mechanaut, it's only 4 extra damage, or 2 extra damage in the... Yeah, well, not even. I guess the Lizard Blades is damage itself. Question is, do I need to run out Shrieker as a blocker? I think I do. Just a 2-1 blocker here to buy time. Yeah, well, I'm glad I did that. Ooh, we might not live. Oh wait, in fact they put the counter on the double striker. I take 2, 4, 6, 7. Oh yeah. I'm chumping, I guess I might as well chump 4 damage instead of 3. Okay, that might actually be enough to survive now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's not. We would need them to mess up somehow, right? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, there's no way for me to do it correctly, is there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it doesn't matter which way I go with. I can only ever nullify 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess they could not have a creature in hand. So we need to name another... Let's see, we already have white, so we need to name blue for Jin-Gataxias. If they can crew the core, I lose. Alright, that's good enough. Oh wait, no, that doesn't kill it that doesn't crew by itself. Oh wait, but that gives the Lizard Blades +1/+1, which is lethal. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Alright, you got me. Damn. There's something else I could have done, maybe? Again, I don't think so. The Shrine Steward wasn't doing anything, we just didn't have any... we didn't have any interaction. And I had to main phase the Tamios, so they couldn't crew the Mech Core Titan. Yeah, that was good. That was good. Okay. Into the next match. Again on the draw. Womp womp. We'll keep this though. Doesn't do anything until turn 4, but... Actually, I should have held that land. Oh no, are we gonna die to another Lizard Blades? What did I name blue on that one? Alright, blue, green. We'll go white here. Yeah, I messed up by playing the Haven on turn 1. We want to wait as long as possible, I believe, on those. Take 2. Okay. we have double green, double white. So we're gonna name black here. We need to get to quad black eventually. I'm happy to bounce off, and if they do use a trick of some kind, we have the Gloom Shrieker eventually. But both players gaining life, I assume, favors me. Ah, I see. Just have a sniper to finish. I think this turn we're going to have to probably Tamiyo's the Blizzard Blades. We actually want them to spend 2 mana to equip, right? It looks like another game where Farewell is going to be kind of important. Cuff. Alright, a 1/4 blocker actually seems decent here as well. I don't think we want to Tamiyo's the Brute Suit just quite yet. Because we're only taking 4 damage this turn, barring any other interaction from our opponent. Yep, go ahead and gain 2. Another, sure. More equipment. Alright, let's go ahead and Gloom Shriek back our 2/3 lifelinker. And then, if we don't lose it, we can cuff the Disciple, and that's going to make a 3/7 lifelink with reach. So it would be pretty hard for them to punch through that very well. Okay. Yeah, I'll take 4. Ah, that's a good draw too. That's a fantastic draw. Alright, let's go ahead and cuff the lifelinker. I guess I'd rather still just deal with their Brute Suit here. And then... yeah, I'm gonna name black on the Haven. Just again, because we do have that quad black card, but the punishment is now if I draw Jin Gataxius, I don't have double blue, or if I draw Sniper, I don't have a red. But we have 2 Shrine Stewards and a Grafted Growth. Oh, that's a good draw. Alright, now I actually think I might be able to start attacking? No. Not quite yet. I think we just sit. Sure. That's okay by us. Them putting a 1/1 counter on any of those creatures doesn't really change anything. Okay. Now I guess I can probably attack. Three lifelink. Move the cuff to the Gloom Shrieker. Exploit gives -3/-3. So we're kind of hoping that they animate the Dragonfly suit and then Terrarium it. That's a little annoying, but not the worst. I mean, the cuff gives flying, so I guess they probably don't even have a reason to do that. Yeah, okay. We'll kill that in response then. And I'm just gonna use the completion on the Anvil. The nice thing about completion on Anvil, especially, is that They're going to sack the anvil to itself in response, which gives us an enchantment target for Season of Renewal. Alright, there's double blue. And we want to main phase this, otherwise they get an extra 1/1 counter, or 1/1 creature. Oh! Huh. They didn't even use it in response. I'm guessing that was probably just a mistake on their part. Which actually benefits them because of what I have in my hand. That's another slightly annoying one, but they don't have the anvil anymore, so it doesn't actually get that many counters. That gives me another black, and we have the double blue now since we drew the falls last turn. Let's go ahead and attach our lifelinker. Pump up our lifelinker. Attack for 4 lifelink. And now we don't really care if they hit us back. We've definitely stabilized, right? Game's back to 2020. That is not ideal. Okay. Well, huh. That's a big problem. Now I need to top deck something again. I mean, I guess only the skyscraper can attack, but still. Only 8 damage. Ow. Farewell on artifacts wipes their board. So let's go ahead and attack for 4 lifelink here. Go back up to 11, go back up to 12. And then put the cuff on the Shrieker. And remember, Shrieker never goes to the graveyard, it gets exiled instead, so the Season of Renewal is looking pretty bleak. We're at 12 lands now? Damn. That's so awkward. That's so awkward that they made a mistake not sacking their... I mean, maybe they meant to do that. I shouldn't say that. Alright, we just dead here. Sure. I was gonna say, maybe they made us... maybe they intended to leave their Tamios, or my Tamios, on their Oni Cult Anvil because they have other ways to sacrifice artifacts. But... I would guess that was a mistake. And they just got rewarded for it. Oh well, on to the next. Alright, here we are for the next upcoming game. We are on the play, but we have a turn 2 doggo, so even though I can't cast anything else, that doesn't matter. I shouldn't say that. We can cast basically everything in our hand, because we just need to draw 1 land, but... Hello. It's the chef. Right? I think that's all of my blue sources, basically. Oh, good. Quad black. You know... Again, I think my mana in this deck is actually fine. So the fact that this is happening is just sad face. Let's lead off with the 1/4 here. Doing this makes them, I think, a little bit tempted to start investing some mana into the shrine. And so even though they might be able to potentially, like, sacrifice it to the chef, I don't think that matters. Looks like a good lucky offering target for us. Yep. Let's kill the kunai and pass. Now we just need to find lands. Shrine Steward, getting to 5 mana is important here. Ah, they have a second kunai. Okay. I was gonna say it'd be very surprising if they didn't equip, because I don't think they need to hold up Chef here. Nice, perfect draw. Black source. Go ahead and fade their shrine at this point. And that just takes away any hint of a threat that they might have. So if we don't draw a land next turn, I still get to Kami back my Spirited Companion, although they just get to kunai it. If I do draw an untapped land, we get to slam the Steward and go dig for our Grafted Growth. Which is, in fact, what we were able to do. Booyah Shaka. So the only card I cannot cast in my deck off of this now 1 Grafted Growth is that Invoke Despair. Everything else will be castable color-wise. Yep, no problem taking 4. We're at 25. Sure. We don't care. The Trash Bato. Is that the 3rd kunai? Wow. Kunai is a fine card, but I think running that many is necessary. Alright, so what do we get to do here? We get to put the growth on the island. Get to make a nice lovely 2/5 here. And then I'm a little bit tempted to exploit the Chef right now, but they can just buy it back with the Gloom Shrieker if they do. So I think I'll just pass. I'll block their Blossom Prancer with my Cuff. Give their Prancer -3/-3. Still haven't gotten to Jin Gataxias, anybody. They might make a mistake and fire off their kunai before, but looks like they didn't. I mean, I don't love this. They get to oh, they didn't. Maybe they drew an already dead. They still could have sacked to the Chef first, though. Well, in any case. See if they let me bounce the doggo here. Nice. Free value. Yep, don't care if the Kami dies. It's done its job. Hey, another black source. Beautiful. Alright. And now we get to Invoke Despair next turn, so it's going to make sack their Gloom Shrieker, sack another random creature, and then we're going to get to draw a card. Another trash bot. Okay. Yeah, I have an artifact and enchantment for that, but let's start off with the Invoke. Because this gets around them having a chef. They can't like they can't choose to sacrifice something and then sack it to the chef ability, you know? Nice little 3-for-1 value there. Ooh, and we drew a nice one. I'm going to hold the land in my hand since they are playing black as one of their main colors. So now I can go get, what? I can go get back the Kami. Kami with Gloom Shriekers. Kind of the nuts combo we were hoping for. That's pretty damn good, too. Sheesh. Oh, I have too many good plays. I think let's start off with the Kami of Terrible Secrets and peel a card. The Shrine Steward. Could just equip the cuff to one of my other creatures now if I wanted. But I think what I'm going to do is probably fire off a Tamiyo's Completion on their chef. Sure. And chumping with the dog is good now because we don't have another enchantment in the graveyard for Season of Renewal. Actually, I'm just going to double block one of their 4/4s if they attack, I guess. Yeah, I mean, again, we just have so much value here. Hard to go wrong. And remember, both of my cards, they already drew a card. Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't fire off the completion yet, because they can bounce their chef and recast it now. Another nice thing about this is they probably sacrifice the chef in response to itself. And that gives me another enchantment for Season. It's a good value there. What do I have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 mana. So let's return the Kami and the completion. And they're over it. Way too much value. Yeah, I mean... Again, my hand was pretty stacked. Excuse me. Let's do that more. Didn't even cast it in my rares. Okay, we are playing the same person again. Yeah. Like, I'm having to edit these videos because of the downtime in finding a matches, but looks like there are not many people in the draft queue right now, oddly. That's a good draw. Alright, so again, we're just gonna wait here on the Uncharted Haven for a turn or two. Not this again. Alright, see you later, Jin-Gataxius. Aha! Let's name black here now. Or swamp, I should say. Yeah, well... Yeah, that's fine. Still gonna hold off on this Uncharted Haven for a little bit. They had a ninjutsu last time, didn't they? Doesn't look like they have it here. Aha! Okay. I think I still wait at least one more turn on it. Because I have... Yeah. we're maximizing the amount of time, the amount of information we get before we decide what we want to throw the Haven on, you know? It looks like a fine completion target if we want to. Speaking of the bot, that is. I think I'll just fade that off right now, though. And now, I don't really have a choice. I think naming white is correct. The reason we want to kill the guide bot is they might not do anything except sit back and draw cards if I don't. That's kind of ouchy. Oh, please don't tell me you have Tamios. Phew! Alright, that's pretty good. Basically a strip mine-esque type effect. We just need to find one land and we're good to go. Please? Please, one land! I have 3 6-drops in my hand. They have a 4/4 Virus Beetle. They have a 5/5 Virus Beetle. I need to draw an untapped land for Imperial Oath now. Otherwise we just die. Yikes! Well. That was sad. Is that my 3rd loss too? Man. What a letdown of a draft. And this, I mean, on my video recording, this has taken about an hour and a half because of the queue times. Oh my lord. Well, good news is we had a little bit of fun. The fixing, yeah, a little bit awkward. We really needed to get a couple more... Actually, you know what we needed? We needed network terminals. Those are key, because not only do they let you loot away garbage, but they're ramp and fixing in these style of decks. We never got to Jin-Gitaxias. We always ended up discarding it. I'm so upset about that. We did cast Farewell and Invoke Despair, though. I don't think this deck was bad, like I said. These are the type of decks that they look awkward on paper, but they end up overperforming a lot of the time. Unfortunately, we did not overperform this time. But yeah, no, that was fun enough. Hopefully you enjoyed. Again, congrats to anybody that did well in the Arena Open. We'll see what the future holds for the videos this week, since the upcoming championships, as I mentioned, is coming up. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you back later.